When athletes lose their cool. A common expectation from athletes is that they will stay cool and calm. They are somewhat heroes for people of their areas whose entire expectations depend on them. These expectations, the pressure, and the intense game and workout sometimes is just too much for the players, and the players then just snap at random moments when they lose their temper. But it's not random. There are always moments and reasons when that happens, and if they snapped at the right moment or wrong moment is another story to narrate. In today's video, we look at several athletes belonging from different sports and different parts of the world who quickly lose their temper. So without further delay, let's have a look. Instances when athletes lost their cool. Many famous players have lost their temper in the field multiple times. There are different reasons as to why they lose their temper. There's a chance that someone played a prank on them that they disliked, foul play, or even when they thought it was their fault but it wasn't. Let's have a look at some of the instances when the players lost their cool. We start with one of the most renowned soccer players in the world, Cristiano Ronaldo. Cristiano Ronaldo, the famous and loved football player, has lost his cool multiple times. Well, if he lost it in the right situations or not, that is something you'll know ahead. There was an instance when he lost his temper. The goalkeeper made him trip purposely by using his hands. The referee showed him a red card, and he got so angry that he pushed him. Later, the authorities fined him for his actions. Bryce Harper, the Major League Baseball player, seemed to have lost his calm when he had a little disagreement with a fellow player, and they both broke into a fight. Famous NBA player James Harden got so frustrated during a game that he hit himself with the ball. The funny part was the reaction of the player behind him belonging to the opposite team. Similarly, while playing a baseball match, the player got so frustrated that he decided to break a phone using his baseball bat. A football player got so mad when he was replaced by another player that he kicked the water bottle in front of him. Neymar Jr., the Brazilian footballer, got angry in a relatively less intense situation. He had placed his foot on the ball and tied his laces when a fellow footballer kicked the ball, making Neymar lose his balance. Although Neymar got very angry, he controlled himself and continued to tie his laces. After a female tennis player was not happy with the result, she seemed relaxed when the match ended. However, she started hitting her racket badly on the stairs of the referee's seat. Pepe, a famous footballer, got so angry during a match that when his opponent fell on the ground, he kicked him. He did pay for his actions and had to pay by getting suspended from the next match. This next moment is not about a player, but is instead about a referee. Yes, even referees tend to lose their temper and react. During the match, the referee and a player got mixed up, and the referee tripped and fell. The referee, as a response, decided to kick the footballer. Due to this action, suspension from the next follow-up match was what the referee got. A UFC fighter got pissed at a journalist who introduced him as the loser of the fight.
Side Quinton Rampage Jackson, who lost via submission.
Honestly, this was disrespectful for the player and low of the journalist to introduce him as the loser. The journalist did apologize later, but he had already angered the UFC fighter. The next moment is from a match with Novak Djokovic. According to Novak, the referee made a wrong decision, and as much as he wanted the referee to reconsider his decision, the referee stood his ground. Novak got very angry at this, but instead of beating up anyone, Novak cultivated all of his anger in his game. In short, he was destroying his opponent in the match. When the game finally ended, Djokovic had won. But that's not it. It's not always the scenario that a player harvests his anger into his game, which seems right for Djokovic. There were multiple instances when Djokovic was playing, and in a clash with the referee, he smashed his racket on the ground numerous times. Adding to what we recently told you, Novak is one of the most loved tennis players because of his lively attitude. He is known to give the best interviews and lightens up the otherwise tense mood. But even the best ones can lose their mind. The Serbian tennis player did lose his mind, which happened during an interview when Novak was not in his usual mood during the interview. Every question the reporters seemed to ask had a dead and dull reply of, "I don't know." This reply, along with his expression, clearly showed how frustrated he was. Final word. So this was our list of the times that players belonging from different sports have lost their patience, which broke into a fight. Also, scenes like this are typical in sports and all kinds of sports. There is no sport where players do not lose their nerves and react while being very angry. While the players might be hyped up and nervous while playing, they should still keep calm to avoid any punishment they may have to face later, including fines or suspensions. The rest is okay. After all, who doesn't enjoy a well-played game? A complete compilation of different athletes and their reaction was all for this video. Please do like and share the video if you liked it. In the comments below, let us know which is the best and worst moment when a player lost his cool. Until next time, stay tuned.